2:08 in the morning, my phone rang, lighting up my bedside table like a beacon. The unknown caller ID instilled a sense of foreboding. A nurse's voice, steady yet urgent, announced that my brother was in the emergency room, suffering a broken jaw and possibly a concussion. All they had on him were my contact details, marked as IC. I drove as if pursuing time itself, barely aware of the road beneath me. My mind repeated a silent mantra. Please, let it not be worse. Let him be able to speak. Upon arrival, he was barely conscious, his face swollen and lips caked in dried blood. Yet, his eyes flickered open at my voice. He managed to speak through the pain, mumbling about visiting my place to surprise me, only to stumble upon my wife and neighbor discussing my supposed accident plan. He claimed they saw him recording the conversation when they attacked him. This news brought not shock, but a cold stillness within me. My spirit momentarily withdrew, leaving me to deal with it. My brother, Danny, is 5 years my junior. He possessed more courage than prudence and transitioned between jobs as if they were seasons. Yet, he made an impact on people that couldn't be quantified by paychecks. During my marriage ceremony, he stood as the best man, tearing up when delivering his toast. You saved my life, buddy, he declared in front of everyone. When Mom passed away, I could have plunged into darkness. But you rescued me. He wasn't kidding. Post-military service in the Navy SEALs for 12 years, I returned home intending to create a tranquil life. I purchased a humble residence in a San Diego suburb, seeking safety, serenity, and consistency. However, I underestimated the unpredictability of my surroundings. My wife, Jess, was part of this image. A high school sweetheart, she was smart, quick-witted, and compatible with Danny. Or so I believed. But then there was Evan, our neighbor, a real estate broker. His smile was too charming, his handshake too firm. I never found him appealing. Yet, you convince yourself that you're merely being paranoid. Pondering over my suspicions, I realized that I had been excessively vigilant. A month ago, Jess casually mentioned my life insurance policy worth nearly $2 million, while lounging on the couch with wine. Her words felt unsettling. Since then, Evan has become more frequent in our company, backyard beers, offers to help with household projects, and curious questions about my daily routines. He once joked about my early morning runs near the cliffs, expressing concern for my safety. Despite brushing it off as casual concern, I couldn't shake off a feeling of unease. Strange changes in Jess's behavior started to manifest, her phone conversations becoming more hushed, an unusual secretiveness. One night, while feigning sleep, I overheard her whispering on the phone about my suspicions. I chose not to confront her due to the dread of the possible truth. However, it was Danny's unexpected visit that saved me. He arrived unannounced and without telling me, revealing his concern for my well-being. He claimed he wanted to catch me off guard, said he'd been missing me. Arrived at my doorstep, heard voices in the backyard, Jess and Evan, apparently discussing matters like timing, hiking trails, and payouts. They started recording their conversation on a phone, which is when one of their associates, possibly a hired hand or something more ominous, caught him. Next thing he recalls is being forcibly taken into a van, feeling punches rain down on him. Upon waking up in the hospital, he mumbled, "I think they thought I was dead. They just left me." I chose not to return home, refrained from contacting Jess, and took Danny to a remote training facility, devoid of digital traces. There, he could recuperate, and I could ponder over the events. It was then that I recalled my old unit's nickname for me, the Phantom, not due to invisibility, but because my movements left no trace behind. People never saw the attack coming. I contacted a former associate who now works in naval security intelligence, maintaining legality, privacy, and discretion to help unravel this mystery. I disclosed all details to him, and he conducted a thorough search of my residence. He discovered 2 concealed microphones, a GPS tracker on my vehicle, and a hidden camera focused on the trail where I typically jog in the mornings. It wasn't an affair she was planning. It was a murder plot. I sent her one message, "Stay away from me." I informed her that I knew everything, and she could expect a call from a lawyer. There were no threats or anger, just a request for space. She responded once, "It's not as it seems. Please talk to me." I did not respond. Instead, I submitted all evidence to the authorities. The recordings, GPS devices, and surveillance equipment were handed over, along with names, times, and other relevant details. Authorities arrested Evan 2 weeks later. As for Jess, she hasn't been charged yet. She claims she was manipulated, that it was all Evan's idea. Whether this is true or not remains unclear. However, there is one truth. She was prepared to jeopardize my life. We dined together the night before, with her wearing the same warm smile, seemingly unaffected by the possibility that I wouldn't wake up the next day. It has been 3 months now. Danny's jaw is healing. He's yet to consume solids, but his spirit remains resilient. He expresses a willingness to repeat the ordeal without a moment's pause. I've relocated to a cabin nestled amidst the mountains. It's tranquil, filled with fresh air, and void of neighbors. I question if I'll ever trust another like her again. There's a distinction between solitude and security. Some evenings, I reminisce about the past, the dinners, late-night chats, the jointly envisioned future. I ponder, did she truly love me, or was I merely a policy number on a document? Perhaps the truth will never surface. Yet, I persist in drawing breath. They underestimated their adversary. They overlooked my motives for being known as the Phantom.